Hello witches and wizards, and welcome one more time to Medicinize Darren. Today I have a simple and complex subject. I'm here to talk about love in witchcraft and in spirituality. There is no scripts. I have no script. I have no plans. I will do no edition. I'm just going to talk about love for 5 minutes to share what I think, to share what I learned, and to just express what I've learned in my life about the subject of love. I don't even know where to begin. I know I have some ideas of what I want to say, but this is a new format and I hope you like it. It's just 5 minutes talk about big subject in our lives, right? I have to see it not really as a witchcraft practitioner, but more like in spirituality. What love is, what love isn't. I know in spirituality there's a lot of talk about loving yourself first, putting yourself first, and then so the thing of get yourself out of the mud so that you can get others out of the mud, right? And that is a good sentiment, and I think it's wise for some stages of life. But with personal relationships and with love and intimacy in your closest relationships, it shouldn't always be about loving yourself first and getting yourself out of the mud. Yes, get yourself out of the mud. Yes, do therapy. Yes, work on your issues and your patterns. But because actually you should work on your issues and your patterns before you commit to a relationship. Because if we only think of ourselves, we fall into the trap of believing that we are right and that we need to pull everyone away in order to fix ourselves or to heal ourselves. And there's a little thing called emotional responsibility. We all have emotional responsibility to the people we decide to keep around us. Because if we don't keep emotional responsibility with our closest ones, partners, family, etc., we really jeopardize losing those relationships. We jeopardize the relationships. So when we talk about love and when we talk about self-love, yes, do self-love. Yes, think about healing yourself first before you try to heal others, but also observe emotional responsibility. Loving yourself should not come in detriment of taking care of the people around you who need you. Hearing other people's emotions and caring for the way they feel is part of love and is part of our relationship. Without that, no matter how much work you're going to do on yourself, if you are incapable to see that the person near you is suffering and what they need, you won't be able to keep them around. You will lose all of your relationships. So for some people who are very damaged by past relationships, by trauma, by whatever it is that has damaged you in the past, it's very easy that you will learn to over-focus on yourself. And this is my personal experience. In the last times, I realized how the closest people around me are unable to see what I need. And very often they are very unlikely to ask me how I want to do things, or what I want to do really, or whether I'm good or I'm hurting, and what would be better for me. I had the experience that people around me has taken decisions for what they wanted and what they wanted to do, or what they wanted to see, or even what they wanted the relationship to be like on their side, without asking me if I wanted the relationship to be that way, or if I wanted to do certain things. This happens to me because I am an empath, and I know that many people in this community, in witchcraft and in spirituality, if you have been working on spirituality for a really long time, you probably developed a lot of self-sustaining tools. And now we sort of look back to the beginning, to the self-care. You've done the self-care, hopefully, if you're here, and you are the one who learned to analyze yourself and started being able to analyze and realize the patterns on everyone else. And you probably hit a point as well where you realize that you are analyzing everyone and nobody is analyzing you. Not that analyzing each other without being a therapist is a good thing, but it's the idea that you try to understand everybody's emotions and everybody's actions, and you excuse them for their patterns and for their actions because you understand. And understanding and having a lot of therapy, it can be a dangerous thing, because for understanding the behaviors, you tend to forgive the behaviors. So this is when self-love also comes back in. So I don't want to put anything as black or white, because you know that in witchcraft and in real spirituality, nothing is black and white. Everything is a balance of things. So I'm talking about selfishness and self-love, but I'm also talking about awareness on self-love. So this is the part where I talk about awareness. When you can be aware that you are being everybody's counselor, or that you are excusing everybody's lousy behaviors just because you understand where they're coming from. This is where self-love should become medicine for yourself, and you should be able to recognize that you don't need to forgive your loved ones' bad behaviors just because you understand them. You can step back and protect yourself. And hopefully this doesn't mean, pulling people away. This should mean that you can maintain healthy boundaries and a healthy, regulated emotional and nervous system. So I'm here to talk about love. Love is about understanding and hearing your loved one's needs and emotions, but not replacing your own for theirs. So in a healthy, balanced love relationship, there is space for both, and there is space for both parts to express and to ask for your needs. The other person can ask for their needs, but you can also ask for yours. And if the other person is not able to listen to your needs and treats it like a fight, or treats it like nagging, or treats it like, oh, you're being over dramatic, then that person is really not even open to see you. Because they could say, hey, you're being over dramatic, but that's okay. I'm still gonna listen to you in case there is something that you need that I am not providing. And that's a completely different response from being dismissive and dismissing you for what you feel. No, this is too much. You are overwhelming. You are nagging me. You are doing this or that. So I just came here to talk about that. I hope it resonates with some of you. I know for the empaths that are in spirituality, and for people who have had a really long self-discovery journey, this could be the case. Like, we can always fall in the trap of replacing our own needs for somebody else's. And that's not what a healthy, loving relationship is. A healthy love relationship is when things are balanced and when both parts can feel like they're being fed and nurtured by that relationship, not when one feeds off the other. So that's it. I hope this has been under 5 minutes, and I hope that you like this new short format and enjoy this chat. If you did, please leave your comments. You know I love to hear you. I'm often not so personal about my content. I'm usually not so open about my own personal life. So this has been a big step for me to build myself up, to make this video honest and raw. So if you share, please comment. I would love to read you, and I will certainly respond, and I hope you liked it. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.